So State Question 780 and 781 are about criminal justice. State Question 780 would reclassify certain kinds of crimes. What does this mean?
So there are different categories of crimes, and the big ones are felonies and misdemeanors. Felonies historically were crimes punishable by death. And so this is the most serious category of criminal punishment. Today, as felony is a crime punishable by 1 year or more incarceration. Typically that's served in state custody, the state prisons. And a misdemeanor is a crime that is punishable by up to 1 year incarceration, and that would be typically served in a county jail. And so State Question 780 says for certain nonviolent crimes, for simple drug possession, and for property crimes where the property either taken or damaged is worth less than $1,000, those crimes, which today are felonies, would, if this measure passes, become misdemeanors. So these would be punishable by up to, but not more than 1 year, and it would be served in county jails.
So some opponents have said this is just decriminalizing these things. What would be your response to that?
People misunderstand, and I think this actually, it's a symptom of how much we have over-felonized crime, how much we have been maybe too free to use this most serious criminal penalty of a felony as a label for everything, or for at least a lot of nonviolent crimes. It's not decriminalization. A misdemeanor is a crime. Actually, in Oklahoma today, a lot of assaults are misdemeanor crimes, right? I mean, those are violent crimes. We have violent crimes that are misdemeanors. State Question 780 would take some nonviolent crimes and reclassify them from being felonies to being misdemeanors.
So State Question 781 follows up to 780 and only goes into effect if 780 passes. Can you kind of briefly describe what 781 would do and why they're separate measures?
Yeah, this is, people have asked about this. You know, why you have these two measures, they go together, they're designed to go together, why are they separate? State Question 781 says, if 780 passes, the state should save some money. There should be less people in state prisons, but some of those people will wind up in county jails. So it tries to take the savings that the state would have and pass that down to the counties. The reason they're separate is that our state constitution has what's called a single subject rule, or an anti-log rolling rule. The idea is that you don't want lawmakers or people sponsoring a law to the voters to go to the ballot. You don't want them putting something that's really popular combined with some other things that are less popular that, you know, maybe that's what they really want. And so to make sure that these policy ideas didn't get struck down by the courts, that's why they're separate measures. So you have reclassifying some of these nonviolent crimes, and then you have the funding side as two separate measures to make sure that they're constitutional and they won't be struck down.